Colston, and I'm a striker.
Perfect. So let's go into your background. Where did it all start? Like, where is it now? Just everything.
So for me, it started when I was younger. I've got quite a lot of siblings, and they all loved football. So it was going down the park with them, playing with them, which grew my love for football. And then joined the boys' team, was the only girl in the boys' team. I think that's quite a common story with everybody. Then moved over to a girls' team for playing for Portishead. And then went to Bristol Academy, spent a few seasons there, finished off my sort of younger career in the academy with Brighton and Hove Albion. Moved to senior football, played for Tottenham, Gillingham, and then had a break when I had my child. Then went to a team called Aylesford, and then finally here at Swindon. So yeah, been to quite a few teams.
It's got a lot going on.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're here now. So
Yep.
can you describe like your relationship with football right now?
I'd say I'm very happy. It's a very happy and healthy relationship at the moment. I think it's probably the happiest I've ever been playing football, which is obviously it's what you want, isn't it? But yeah, I couldn't ask for anything more footballing wise and how it's making me feel. Yeah, it's very happy.
It's perfect, isn't it?
Yeah.
So do you think that's changed from like years previous?
Yeah, for sure. When I was in an academy setup, I was very much on the verge of quitting football. I think, obviously I can't speak for everybody, but when you sort of hit 14, 15 and you sort of see all your friends going out and, you know, making plans, and you're kind of having to not do that because you have a game in the morning, you can't go to sleepovers, and it's kind of a real battle with what do you want for your life, because in reality, in women's football, it's not going to really, back then it wasn't sort of a career move. So yeah, I think it's definitely changed throughout the years, but throughout it all, I've always fallen back in love with it, and that's where I am now.
Nice. So let's go for your day in life. Like I said, don't need to know what you brush your teeth with,
Yeah.
but just like literally whatever day you choose, day in life.
I think you can kind of split my week in half. The first half I don't have my daughter, so I'm flat out working and obviously training. The second half, then I'm a parent, still trying to train and get work in there when I can. But yeah, it's basically wake up, go to work, come home on a Tuesday, get ready for training, go to training, go back home.
Is it a full-time job? Is it?
Part-time, yeah.
So let's go, it sounds very full on.
Mm-hmm.
How on earth do you juggle that? Because I couldn't.
Yeah, it's just I have a lot of support with my family. My daughter's dad is very supportive as well. So it's just reaching out when you can and sort of leaning on those that want to help you. I think that's really important to make it all work and get the right balance, is having a really good support network, which luckily I do.
Perfect. So do you use social media throughout your day?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Same sort of question then. Do you have a positive or negative impact on how you go about your day?
Yeah, I suppose like I'm on social media. I don't post an awful lot. I'm more just scrolling rather than
Doom scrolling.
yeah, you know, before bed, just having a little scroll. I think really it's sort of, you've got to be mindful how much you do look into social media, and I can see how it can be a downward spiral for people's mental health in terms of if they really look into things, and if you're sort of got a little bit of a platform and you take comments to heart and stuff, I think it could have an impact on you, but I don't really look into it that much. I just sort of use it to scroll and amuse me before I go to bed, and that's pretty much it.
Same over here, to be honest.
Yeah.
We sat there for hours of going from like
just on TikTok.
Let's go to bed.
Yeah, I need to put a limit on it.
I can't do it. So do you have much stress or anxiety before a game, or?
I used to quite a bit, to the point where like I'd feel like sick and nervous. But I think over the years I've now sort of managed to turn that into sort of positive energy. I still obviously get nervous for like high pressured games and stuff, but I feel like now I'm at a point where it actually brings out the best in me on the pitch. It probably ups my game if I'm in a situation where the pressure's quite high. So I try and use it to my advantage as much as possible.
Nice. So like you can just drive you basically.
Yeah.
Nice. So, are you comfortable talking about your stress and anxiety, or just like general life with your teammates? Or?
Yeah, I mean, like probably not in front of the whole team.
Yeah.
I wouldn't really stand up and tell them all my problems or my worries.
Yeah.
But I think within the group, there's definitely a lot of little sort of groups within there, and I have like a little group of me, Taylor and Lanes, that we're all really comfortable telling each other sort of how we're feeling on a surface level, or we can go deeper if we need to or want to, and they're both really supportive and will listen, and Lanes gives great advice, so we all both go to her for when we really need some good advice. She's there dishing it out to us, so yeah, we've got a good little group.
Does your, let's see if you know them, does your club provide any mental health support?
Yes, so we have player welfare officers that we can sort of get in contact with if we need someone to speak to that's sort of outside of the group but still has contact with the group. So they provide us with that, and then it's just up to the players whether they want to use that tool or not.
Nice. So, do you think mental health is talked about enough, like in general, in women's football?
I don't think it'll ever be spoken about enough. Personally, I think I come from a background where, you know, myself and family members have struggled with mental health previously. So I think witnessing first and second hand, I don't think it will ever be spoken about enough or have enough support out there to really truly get the help that you need on a personal level. So yeah, that's kind of my stance on it. I'm quite passionate about it, and I think there's always, don't get me wrong, it's taken like massive steps and improvements, but I still think there's a very long way to go for football and just in everyday life for it to really have an effect and take an impact on someone's life that needs it.
Do you think there's a big difference between like WSL support they receive and maybe what you guys receive?
Yeah, I think they're probably in contact personally a lot more with people that can give them the help that they need and the support and the contacts that they need, and it's probably, you know, more readily available for them than it is for the lower leagues and like us and even tiers below. You probably have to jump through a few more hoops and over a couple of hurdles to get the support that you need. So yeah, I think in general you can bridge that gap a lot more and widen the support for every team without the leagues, throughout the league, sorry. But yeah, there's always more that can be done.
Of course there is. So let's go for the nice question to finish. What advice would you give a young girl, young boy about to enter the football scene for the first time?
Just say, just enjoy it. I think remember why you're playing. That is for the love of the game. You know, you can't, I think like Taylor said, you can't look too far ahead in the future because then you're always sort of having expectations, and if you're never meeting them, then you're never really going to be truly happy in the day that you're living in now. So take each day as it comes, enjoy it, and just do things that make you happy. Take every opportunity you can and seize it when you can.